Hey guys, we're going to pick up where we left off in the last video and go over how to change the hotkeys in Adobe Premiere. Okay, hopefully this will be a shorter video because it is a pretty quick concept. So let's jump in and go into Premiere Pro CC next to File and then Keyboard Shortcuts. Pretty simple. Here it'll show you what everything's mapped to. So I stand corrected from the last video. If you don't want to go scouring the internet for what all the keys do, you can come here and look for yourself. If you press Shift, it'll show you what all the keys do while Shift is being pressed. Same thing with Command, Option, and Control. No, not Control. No, not here. We save that for PC. Speaking of which, if you are on a PC, it should be all the same except instead of hitting Command or Apple to have a different selection, Control will then highlight your alternative keys. The other way you can check what the keys do is look under Shortcuts in the lower menu here, and it'll have the tool that's attached to them adjacent. So I don't really want to mess up my keyboard system right now, so I'm going to pick something that's already free. What you could do is change two things. Let's say you want to change something ridiculous, O and I for mark in and mark out. What you would do is just remember what the other one is and swap it. So I'm going to map something under the Shift menu that has open keys. That way I don't lose something that's already mapped. Let's say I wanted Shift Y to also be a way to access the arrow like the V key can. So I would come and press Shift then Y, and then I can drag over the selection tool and drop it onto that. So again, Shift Y will show me what normal Y is with no modifiers, and then with the modifier Shift, I can then change the other tool. Let's get rid of that. Again, if we wanted to do something else, you can come look through the different tools on the side here. Let's say I want to do something with a clip, rename clip. I could bring that over. I'll do Shift Y again because I know that's safe. And then I can bring it over so that if I'm on a clip and I hit Shift Y, I can then just start typing in the new name of the clip. Now this is a thing I really like about Adobe Premiere, is that you can then make this a preset, which I can then save and change. The other thing that I love that this program does is that I know so many people that have used Final Cut Pro 7. They've learned on it. They've used it for a long time. Not so much the newer generation because Final Cut 10's been out, but for a bit of the older generation that has like used that day in and day out for work and now don't like Final Cut 10. Adobe Premiere's got you. They were thinking ahead on this one, and they made it so you can just come in, hit Final Cut Pro 10. It'll change all the keys. That way you don't have to learn a whole new key set while using a different program. I think that's very smart on their part. And one of the big things that I feel like people don't know and like is huge to understand. So I'm not really changing much on mine. I will just hit OK. Even if you go under custom, you can hit save and OK. And then you'll be able to have the keys work the way you've mapped them out. A pretty easy demonstration, but I feel like it is something very important to know. So that's going to be it for this video. Please feel free to check out one of these other videos here along with subscribing. Thanks.